Okay, I'm live here now. So today I'm trying. It's a test. Okay, now I'm live. It shows. I should have started the Instagram first, I guess. Let's try to do this. So today I'm here trying to do a duo. First, I'm gonna recommend you guys these new books. Hello, welcome. Good morning. Pum 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 pum. It's the morning coffee with Fanny recommending Scott Adams. So go check his YouTube channel. I love his channel. And I'm trying to do a duo. I want to talk about books and I want to talk to a friend of mine on Instagram and try to at the same time stream, is live on my YouTube channel. But basically, this is the recommendations. I just got these two books this week that I, I love. Scott Adams. Go check out his YouTube channel, Coffee. What is it? Coffee with Scott Adams. I think it's just Coffee with Scott Adams. Scott Adams. Uh, hey, Andrew. So I was thinking of making a duo. So what about testing to a live stream through Instagram at the same time as here, and then we can talk about one of the series of my channel that would be meme reviews that I want Andrew to kind of bring me the memes every week. He does that usually already, but then I'll start reacting or talking about the memes because we would be talking about one of the memes you sent me last week on the Instagram live that is about the 10 commandments. And if I was a god, which commandments would I have? Said. So go check out these books and his YouTube channel. Really good. I kind of plagiarize him uh, on my OnlyFans because I have my naked morning coffee and wheat with Fanny. So you guys like those things, coffee and wheat and naked ladies, you might like my OnlyFans. I have done it already. And here, my delicious coffee. I don't make any money out of it because I actually buy those products. But I honestly really like this coffee and I drink this fucking every day. It's delicious and apparently has high protein. So check out mocha cappuccino. And here, and then recommending and copying Scott Adams. Let's do the simultaneous sip. Mm. I can't get tired of saying how good this coffee is. So, how are you guys doing? Andrew, want to try to do a live stream on Instagram? Are you gonna start, or do I start? Or that would not sound good for you? If you guys here on YouTube channel want to talk to me or say anything, by the way, I'm gonna be interviewing Yaron Brook the end of this week. So if you guys want to send me any idea, suggestion for questions, maybe if I have not thought of it, maybe I can include your question. And if it's that good, I would give the credits to the person that sent it to me. No problem. Okay. Hello. Hi. Hi, Marcy. And here I have one of my shirts that I also don't get this for free. I actually buy it. So I actually was thinking of like free market capitalism and supporting independent media and, all this stuff. I like your name. Standing 69. Never tried. Interesting. Interesting topic too. So here, Nuance Bro, go check his YouTube channel and really nice because right now, this moment of USA elections, integrity, all in everybody's mouth, I guess we all need a little bit more nuance and not be just Democrat or Republicans. Oh, that's nice. The connection is good. The computer is still the old one. I'm about to get a new tablet for Christmas. Yes. Got the accessories already. My tablet is about to arrive anytime. And probably will get better. The connection and the image. The camera is like, this is a 2012 computer, so it's kind of almost a decade. Mm. And I never remember to take this sale. Okay. So books, more than those books that I just got. So I did not even start, but I read the synopsis in the back and a little bit around because I love how he quotes people to talk about book. Woke that I've read, good, nice part, but hilarious. You should definitely check the cynical theories that I'm always talking about. And I guess I just shared something on my Discord earlier about the woke Santa that destroyed someone's Christmas, and someone told me that Steven Crowder has just made a video about it. Many people, I'm just talking about these people that I always would love to interview and showing books and stuff that the people that I probably will be talking by next year too. I'll talk with these people. And Scott Adams is someone that I would love to interview, but I've heard him saying on his own channel that he doesn't give interview. So, at least I'm not a journalist. He could consider to just talk to me. I'm like, oh, it's an interview, just the name. It's not that I'm a real journalist or that, it doesn't need to sound like an interview. It could be just a conversation. It would be really, really nice. Hey, Lucas. Hi, Lucas. Oh, em Brazilian Português. Thank you. Obrigada. Meu fã. Obrigada. Thank you. You talk with me on real life. That's right. Yeah, everybody. Even if it's true here, I think some people kind of feel like this interface. It takes this virtual thing. Some people even like really we can see they don't behave like in real life because in real life you don't come to people's house, knock the door, poop in the middle of the living room, and then like, spit on the floor, slap people's face, and leave like they do in the comments online, or sometimes even like a private conversation. People try to interact. Like you don't arrive to people and say like, "Hey, I like your stuff," or like without even presenting yourself, introducing yourself in much more matter in real life. So people just the faceless thing here, like for example, don't be stupid, sometimes it's very behaves in a stupid way just because it's not real life, but we are all real people. That's why, or at least I expect so. I know there are a lot of bots, okay, but I mean like in the sense that I expect that I'm interacting with people that when they come with their face to talk to me, they are being honest. They are not playing a character or or fake opinions and stuff just to catch me on whatever, because I'm like myself all the time here. Of course I don't show up with the same clothes, with the same mood. My mood takes determines a lot where I'm gonna show up, but it's like I don't change my opinions or my principles or my behavior in general, like my basics, because I'm here or on the OnlyFans or on Instagram. I try to section the subjects, the topics. Okay, so yeah, the sexy stuff is on the OnlyFans, and I'll probably do more like homey and talk about my routine or schedule on the OnlyFans, on the Instagram, and here I'm gonna try to be showing books and talking more serious conversations. So it's no. I don't know. Sometimes it's not a sweater. It's just a t-shirt. I have a bowl. I have just the sleeves over, but it's just a t-shirt. It's Nuance Bro. Go check out his YouTube channel. Really, really nice. And he also streams live on Twitch. For example, my Twitch is video game. And I talk a bunch of shit there, of course. Hello, Robert. Welcome. How are you doing? I think Robert is someone that is involved in the atheist community, has sent me a bunch of names, recommending me names to talk to people in Brazil in Brazilian Portuguese about the subject. Thank you. Like my setup? Yeah, no, it's a little messy here. I usually don't show my bathrobe and my chair here in the back. That was kind of an accident. That's why I was trying to readjust. But then the lights are reflecting my Atheist Republic and the Freebird Media. So go check. Those are the two pages that I very much enjoy. Recommend. I help Alex on Freebird Media. We're kind of like a slow, working very, very slow with low connection on his side. And Atheist Republic, I need to do it all in Portuguese, so it's not going to even be called Atheist Republic. It will be called República Ateia, and will be everything in Portuguese. And just need to have more time to be able to hop online on the channel and read things in English and translate to Portuguese and talk about the subjects in Portuguese. But a lot of things going on. I just watched and tried to contact Harry Sultan. He has his YouTube channel. I believe he's an ex-Muslim, and he's an amazing hair. I can't stop talking about his hair. I was like, how is bright and beautiful like that? I need to get whatever. It's like, I think they use some oils, something like that sometimes. Anyways, I got completely lost on his hair. And I'm trying to contact him to see if I can bring him to interview him on the channel, probably for next year. I'm not really trying to contact anybody for this year. By the end of the year. Even Yaron Brook, I would not try to get him for this week before Christmas. It was a total coincidence that we managed to get the time after he made the video with Stosso. So just dropping a bunch of names of people that I watch. So my day is surrounded by watching things and sharing those things on my Discord. I would even like to share more because sometimes the videos are short, and I watch so many that I don't really go on my Discord to share everything I watch. But go check Reason TV, John Stosso, and Yaron Brook. The last video they done together. I even shared, I think, on my Twitter, where I have been less present since the elections. Let's see how those things. How are the things going, you guys in USA? If there is anybody, I think Andrew is in United States. So how are the conversations over there about it? And let's try to jump on the live stream on Instagram to talk about those subjects. The Ten Commandments. Today gonna poke some people, the religious ones. But here, I flip to this side, so I'm not like, or just cover the Freebird Media, because we're not, Freebird Media is a religious stuff. We try to not have any side, but I understand that a lot of the followers are religious, and whenever I talk about my atheism, there just rings a bunch of praise God. Jesus is the only one. Like, okay, you guys can go convince other believers and try to convince each other or prove to each other who is the real one. And you don't need to convince me of anything. Okay. Oh, you're just sending me more memes. So one of the ideas when I open my channel and then I start just uploading and sharing everything, like all my interests, was to have one series in between many of, like, my first time. That's when I try things, or travel more when I share touristic attractions and places I've been, or even videos that my fans send to me of nice places to go visit. I had this plan of making a series that would be called Meme Review, just like Anthony Fenton, another drop. I watch YouTube channel since 2012 when I came to Canada first time. And since that, I watch and follow a bunch of people, and I love a lot of content creators. So Anthony Fenton, that now is still completely changed his brand, because before I think that was the plan, was just a meme of his, or a gimmick on his channel, but was Meme Review. And then Anthony Fenton changed that, made a lot of it, and disappeared, and then came back as music. What is, how does he call himself? The business before was like the best teeth on the whole game. Oh, it was just so good. I wish he had not disappeared like from YouTube, like the previous videos. But I think that was the plan. So Anthony Fenton, I don't even know why, because I started dropping names and then all right. But yeah, the meme review that he had was pretty good, and he would make a bunch of memes out of it, giving weird punctuation, like giving points, scores to the memes. And I, after that, or watching him, I always wanted to, like, oh, this is just so good, I would like to do a meme review too. But my meme review would be like probably from different memes, and not necessarily the most popular. It would be the ones that came across me or that someone sent to me. And I feel like Andrew is the guy that could totally feed my my series, because he is always like, at least once a day he sends me some meme on Instagram. And they're really good, because many of them are from channels that we both uh, um, follow in common, and other things are just opinions or questions. Let me see what is in here. Someone is being blocked, or the comments are being held for analysis. Um, Government sucks, but military is strong as fuck. Yeah, it doesn't say much, that analysis, because like if the government is the one that controls the military, it would not be a good thing to have such a strong, but because it's going to be used against the people. I don't know. It can be good, can be bad. Probably you should be an analysis to maybe USA should not spend so much in arm, but if they do, so what is the purpose of it? Or it's just to, I don't know, give money to people that do the illegal things behind. Maybe I don't like to say those things, because it can sound like conspiracy theory for not having any clear evidence online, but is not what they say, that the Clintons and the family would be involved into selling guns illegally in other countries, and that's why they still want to motivate war, and that's how big companies and rich, the whatever is deep state people, evil, controlling, like lizard people inside people's skins, disguised as people or aliens, or then it comes a bunch of things. But maybe there is such a thing that could be actually true, because there is someone making money out of illegal, you know, ammunition and guns, and to how do terrorists get all that, and so much more to. But that's why it's okay. What do you have clear evidence of it, or what's people? I'm never really gone deep on it. Oh, thank you. That's what they holding for analysis. Thank you. My voice. I wish I could be a singer at some point. Like, of course, I never studied much to be a singer or a player or anything like that. I Everything I've done, or a fighter, everything I've done was like a hobby. When I fought taekwondo, karate was just like, oh, playing to have an activity. When I played piano or guitar, was just also like just to learn a new skill. But I did have my period when I was teenager that I so wanted to be a singer. My brother would play guitar, and his friends, and my brother used to play guitar, bass, and drums, and he made a little band, and I would sing. But then I had problems on my vocal cords, and my voice goes up and down, so not a good singer, did not end up. Thank you very much. But it's good because that makes me feel like I can at least narrate my own book when I finish writing one of them. And now I believe it's gonna happen. You know, now it's gonna happen when I actually get to my tablet. I believe I might get my manuscripts and categorize them and put like these stories and writings together enough to make a little book. I don't know. Let's see. Many others are coming around recently with my own fans and stuff. My biography, it's getting a new section on the sexual stuff. And I think I don't know if I showed you guys. This is so funny. I'm gonna just read like the writings in the back is like a lavish praise for loser thing. So usually it's like people writing and recommending the book. And it's funny the way that he made it up, you know. So I need to read some. I don't know if I do this already in here? Because I believe I did this in some of my channels. But there are many similarities between this book and the Holy Bible. For example, they both use words. I'm not saying the author of this book is a deity, but obviously things are heading in that direction. And it's Matthew, Mark, and John. Just missing one thing, when the prophecy gets completed. I don't know. I just so wanted to ask him a bunch of this, like make jokes and ask him about the things that he writes. So, is this or that, or give his perspective or his explanation of some things. And this one, the last one, is really good too. I don't recommend this book, but only because I am an unsuccessful author marinating in my hatred for those who have succeeded. If I ever write a book, imagine how great it would be. And is a bad writer. So he's full of jokes. I love this type of thing. His book is like sometimes like don't take it serious. It's just like this one, it's amazing. And I hope I get to talk to James Linson and Helen Pluckrose next year again, so we can talk again about wokeness. And yeah, that is the thing. PC culture and woken is destroying even Christmas. Poor little boy got, Santa said no for even Nerf guns. Did you guys saw that? It's like I shared on my Twitter thing, so go check it out. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram or whatever here, everywhere. Check out the stuff. I'm still waiting. I thought you would jump on a live and then invite me. How do you do that? To talk about those Ten Commandments conversation. Because so let me try to explain to people what we're trying to do here with the Instagram. It's like he sent me a meme. It was a meme talking about the Bible commandments, like the Ten Commandments, and asking me like which would be your Ten Commandments if you were God or a goddess. I was like, that's I am, but I just did not put 10 commandments. And then I would make a list, and actually, that is a lot of more to talk principles, basics, and behavior, way of living your life. It's one of my books. It's like, because everybody went crazy. A lot of people, and I mean everybody, like everybody feels like needs some guide at some point in life. And how popular, for example, Jordan Peterson became with that motivational book, like, the ways to live your life. And I think that it's great because so many people need guidance, but also it would be great if he could have done that using reason instead of like the postmodern coexist, everything is true, reality is subjective, and because probably is not the best way to live your life intuitively, making uh yeah, Jordan Peterson. Uh, and he came out with a new book recently. Someone asked me if I read. I have not read either of his books. It would not have any problem reading it. I read a lot of books that I disagree, or that I agree partially, that I see things that make some sense for the person, but maybe they have not realized uh, epistemologically that why that is the best uh, option. We can both believe the same thing and not for the same reasons. Okay, and I could have a good reason, someone, or a bad reason, and someone could have a good reason for believing that. I could be an atheist because I hate God, as many people call themselves atheists. As, for example, I've seen other people say, I'm an atheist for some time, for some period, just because I don't want to follow any religion. And then I unbecome an atheist because I decide to follow it. So, no, I'm an atheist because I don't have any good reason to believe in any of the gods that so many people claim exist. So I have a good reason to be an atheist. I've seen my brother in the past being calling himself an atheist for bad reasons, just because he did not want to follow any church or did not want to go to church. And that's how later he got caught by church again. So not going deep on this conversation, but you guys understand now that's like the pragmatism of the postmodern behavior and tendencies nowadays. Like, oh, if the result is good, therefore is good, was good. And it's like, no, the principles need to be applied all and be always the same. You cannot have a double standards. And that is the problem with the religious, with all religions. They have double standards for pretty much everything. And then we're going to show how that is possible by the commandments, because it's a God that says don't kill, but all the punishment from misbehaving or not following every of these uh, commandments is death and burning hell forever. And how that dissonance of a loving being, a so loving being, to really burn you in hell forever just because he gave you free will and you made a bad choice when he could actually control you. So some things that don't make, many things that don't make sense. But what we wanted to do is like talk about the 10 commandments, is like also why in 10 commandments, and now I'm going to drop another name, is George Carlin, that has great comedian made a great video talking about the commandments and how we don't need 10 commandments when for the first four commandments, or praise God, show how God is a selfish supernatural being that's like he will not show you the evidence for his existence, but really wants you to believe in and nobody else, and would punish you with death and burn forever just because you chose to not believe him. So it was like there are so many dissonance, cognitive dissonance in its own commandments, that it's where it opens to the double standards. Don't kill, but when I tell you, don't do this, but when it's your enemy. And who is your enemy? Everybody that doesn't believe in the same thing as you do. And that's what caused part of the tribalism, a lot of the wars, and segregates people. All religions segregate, all gods segregate humans, when we should all be just humanists that understand our capacities and our limitations. But I'm not going to talk much about this. Go check George Carlin, the 10 Commandments joke. It's great. And I pretty much believe in a lot of things that are kind of abstract to us as love and respect. But those things are easy to see by living experience. As soon as you are born, your living experiences show you that when you're good, people are good back to you. When you're bad, people are bad back to you. And yes, you can sneak away with some bad things, but you're not going to do that forever. And is that living clandestinely, living a clandestine life, hiding from police or from others, or lying, it's not the best way. So objectively, we all can we all can reach the same conclusion, that is better to respect each one's individuality, body, and properties. And those two principles, don't kill, don't steal, are good enough to make us better people and together, individually, a better society. So I think I would have to write really a book, you know and I'm thinking of some name of like a manual for life, a manual for a better life, using objectivism, using reason, using logic, talking about how you can actually improve your life. The same way that the Cernovich did on his book here, Gorilla Mindset. It's one that I've read. Some TED stuff. And, you know, just let me know your ideas and what you guys would like to talk next. Because I could sit here and, and make a big dissertation about this. But I guess would be even better if I can write down. There are very few principles that you can just access every time, you know. And of course, it's not easy. Nobody said would be easy. It's complicated. It's much more difficult to have to access your mind and judge situation by situation than to have a cake recipe that you just apply every time. But that is how life is complicated. Thank you, Marcy. The only difference is that I try to talk less about boring things like this, books and stuff. Sometimes I feel like doing it, and then I have spent quite some time like doing long live streams up to 2 hours there, naked coffee and weed. But pretty much I talk less about those things because I think people would think that is boring. Okay, so here, if you actually just want to talk, here is probably the best page for sure. Okay, and I need to contact. Oh, so did I finish talking about? Sometimes I jump from a conversation to other because I so many links, so many ideas. uh, I want to talk again to Alex Adams, bring him again to Freebird Media to talk about this new book. And let's see next year. It's good that we wait for the USA elections to finish and then we see how things go. But we're gonna have Yaron Brook this week, and I just messaged Harry Sultan to see if he gives me an interview on here, more related to Atheist Republic. Of course, one day when I get to translate all my stuff, atheist stuff in Portuguese, I'm gonna upload everything on República Teia and have a bunch of stuff. Um, I don't have any other plans or people out of my box, and I feel sometimes that's like, oh, is that my safe space, to just talk to people that I kind of agree, or even when I disagree, I probably don't touch much of the subjects that we disagree, but it's always time related. So for example, with Yaron Brook this week, I only have like an hour, and I want to let him talk as much as possible, speak all his mind about the current situation of the elections in USA, for example, and how to apply objectivism, and even criticize some people, go back to some videos, poke other people that I very often talk about, like Ben Shapiro, how he has been. There is a video, I think, on Dave Rubin that Ben Shapiro talks shit about objectivism and Ayn Rand, and it was like a very superficial analysis of it. It's saying that hair philosophy is garbage. And I was like, what? What? Okay. I almost felt offended about that. Did you invite me? Thank you. Let's do it. Okay, so let's try to do it both. And if it doesn't work, I go there because I already spent like 30 minutes here. What's going on? I think I need to do a live like from my Instagram, huh? Let's see. Oh, you live. I see.
Hey, at least you're doing something that you like. That's for damn sure.
That's cool. Oh, I can request now.
Exactly, bro. That's all that matters.
Guys can hear him? Am I live? Yes. Hello. I don't know if it's gonna work for the YouTube channel, but now I am live here. Modern Winner. It's so many notifications on my phone. I'm trying to show you on my. I don't know if people will be able to hear you, but yeah, let's do this. What is going on? What's the conversation? Hello, everybody. There's some people live here. Trying to keep both.
At least like some of my people though.
Oh, I'm completely charged. Oh, no charge necessary. Here. Ben Shapiro. Like, yeah, Ben Shapiro. Oh, you don't like Ben Shapiro. Oh, Ben Shapiro is lots of fun. It's funny you say like I don't dislike people. Why don't you like him? Because he thinks different from you? I just received a message here, someone saying that doesn't like Ben Shapiro. Look, I don't agree with Ben Shapiro in a lot of things. I have no reason to dislike him or to not like him. He's kind of cute and he sounds funny. And he has a lot of good ideas too.
So, Mom, I know you've seen some of my memes.
Yeah, I saw. What are you talking about? It's a meme now, huh? It's a meme time?
Basically, if you want it to be that
way. Whatever. I'm actually I can't access any meme right now, but we could try to just do the same thing on the Instagram and tell people there you have people watching you.
Well, at least some. Like I don't go live like that though.
No, you need to start sometime, and consistency is everything. So even I do a little bit of surprising stream, what doesn't catch much people because nobody's expecting or they are busy with something else. So if you actually make some time, it's like, oh no, I'm gonna show up every Monday, Tuesday, whatever. At this time, people gonna start hopping more, like you have more audience. Right now, I have like 3 people on my YouTube channel, and you might be one. And here we have 2 people here on the Instagram. So it's like it's more like people watch later than live.
Basically, better now than ever.
Okay, I'm having some feedback from the YouTube channel. They say you is speaking like machine gun, and I guess it's because my speaker on my phone is not that good. So for me, it sounds okay, but then going through the mic, it goes like very low. We can still try to do. People can give us a feedback as it goes. You want to take a little bit of the Bible, because this I don't think is something I've done in English, but it's something I do in Portuguese. People get super surprised sometimes when I show the interview that Andrea with the Banks. Go check out her channel. It's Canadian. She's a Canadian podcaster and YouTuber. When we made she asked me to give her an interview on her channel, and I recently did. And when I showed her my Bible, she was just so impressed. She was like, "What? Do you have a Bible?" I was like, "Of course I have a Bible." Hey, Bruno. Olá, Bruno. People from Brazil. Hello. Pessoal aí no Brasil. Estamos aqui fazendo um bate-papo rápido aqui em inglês. Né, para falar pouquinho sobre as inconsistências da Bíblia. So I usually read it in Portuguese for my República Ateia, the Atheist Republic in Brazilian Portuguese. And
do what you mean.
Thank you. People talk about my Reddit page. Yeah, my Reddit page is my OnlyFans advertisement book. So if you like free sexy content, go check out my Reddit. And I usually do the reading the Bible in Portuguese, but it's a bilingual. So we could read parts of the Bible and talk about commandments, for example, and stuff that makes no sense.
That's how
that is full. We would have like we probably would need a lifetime to finish this conversation talking about the inconsistencies in the Bible. But I guess we have all the time. We can start making like a first episode. Hello, more Brazilian people. Hello. How are you guys doing?
Looks like we got a little audience.
I finished my coffee. This is just so good. This is just so good. I can't believe it. So let's talk about the 10 Commandments. Do you have the 10 Commandments there fresh and good for us to go through? We don't need to spend much time because we know that the first ones are all about praise God, don't have other gods, don't hold out idols, and
don't kill.
And it's about the hold the days, the Sabbaths. Even that, it's one of the commandments. So it's like it's amazing how it's a waste of space.
Exactly.
Waste of room,
working on Sundays.
This is one of the commandments. And if you don't follow those things, remember, you should be killed and you should burn in hell forever. So, but he's an all-loving God. But he's an all-loving God.
But he bans shellfish. That makes sense.
Oh, there's a message here. Oh my gosh. Let me see.
What's up, Bob?
Oh, you. Someone is being. Oh, you can be sober and not at the same time. I can't. No, I'm all the things all the time. I'm not like that. Is something very interesting. It's a conversation that I have had on one of my Instagram live TVs. It's about how people believe in this type of intersectionality, and not only that some people are like this and some people are like that. They believe people are only one thing or only another thing. And it's like, no, people can be a lot of things, and of course we understand some people are very shallow, some people are very not complex, but understand that the fun of being a person is if you can actually multi-layer yourself and have many interests and not be just that, like if you, let's say you're a musician and you only talk about music and you only play music and your profession and your hobby and everything is around it, I think it's kind of boring. Okay, I think people should be more than one thing, because it's something that in medicine is something very common. You see doctors that like a doctor 100% of the time. That is super boring. The doctors that work and then go home and sit to eat, and like we did have a little bit of this pattern in my house because my father, me, my brother, but we tried to diversify in that way. And I remember listening to a professor in the end of university saying specifically that, like, look, you guys are going to be professionals, you guys are doctors, and nothing is going to take that out of you, because you just need to keep improving and studying, because medicine is the art of learning and forgetting and learning and forget. So you need to pretty much study every day, but try to not just be a doctor and talk about this all the time, So I had that already before, because I always liked crafting and playing instruments, fighting, going for a walk, nature, take pictures, talk about politics and other stuff, than to just be that same thing. That's important. That's what makes people more complex and more interesting as well. So, we just like bring this up because someone's saying like, oh, being sexy is not something that is a part of my being. Just saying, like it's not that like I intersection myself of like being this. I intersection my pages, and that's what I was trying to explain. That's okay. Yeah, you're gonna see a little bit more sexy stuff on the OnlyFans. I kind of leak a little bit on my Instagram and Facebook, and sometimes talk about this because I am a one person, different from what we kind of a little bit forced to do, because there is so much shaming on sex workers today that a lot of people that expose themselves just a little bit need to create a double account to have a double identity. And I understand a lot of people do that for personal choice, but I have experienced more what is the bashing, the being cast aside for not being ashamed of showing myself, of being a little bit of an exhibitionist in a lot of even other Reddit pages. Because, oh, because you a sex worker, because you OnlyFans creator, because it's like, whatever. I still have a brain. I still talk about other things. Can I, I almost got
Exactly.
banned
We got
from
a life
weed,
over here.
Reddit, at weed, because I posted a picture of me smoking, and they claimed that, oh, because you're OnlyFans creators, that my tits were taking more attention than my joints. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll delete that and then take a picture of only the joint and share just the joint, the lighter, and the ashtray. And that's what I did. But I think it is an important conversation. The taboo, the sexual taboo that is still today in fucking 2020. And everybody like, oh, everybody can choose their gender, can do whatever they want in between four walls. But oh my gosh, if you show your pussy, you're gonna be cast aside. You're gonna be, banned, shadow banned, or whatever because of pornography is evil, whatever. I don't know. Don't try to understand completely. But wokeness destroyed. Did you see my post on Twitter now that I was talking about? The Santa Claus that said no for the little boy. The boy comes like, what do you want for Christmas? He's like, I would like a gun. And it's like, no guns. And then it's like, and then the mom tries to intercede for the intervene. It's like, but it's just a Nerf gun. And he's like, not even Nerf guns. And then the boy cries. And I was like, is that all? But the tradition, yeah, play it. I do this. Here, I have a Christmas tree and everything. Lots of fun, no problem.
Like the presents, honestly. No cap.
No, that is another great conversation. Why atheists would still celebrate Christmas? Look, we understand traditions. You don't need to hold the fantasy to celebrate parties. There are holidays, there are celebrations, right. There are family traditions that, yes, of course, I'm going to still go see my family, exchange gifts and presents in between us. That not believing should not make me be kicked out of it, because I guess it doesn't matter. How I could lie and say I believe, would that change? So just because I already openly said I don't believe Christmas, people now gonna, oh, she doesn't believe Santa Claus is real, so I'm not gonna invite her for Christmas party? What the fuck? I don't believe God. I still go to wedding ceremonies. I actually made a fake ceremony on my wedding just to give to people, because I knew, like, in Brazil, it's very important, the religious ceremony for the wedding. It's like you don't have a wedding party without a religious ceremony, so it's a lot. Let me see here if there's some messaging. Marcy, I talked to, I'm going to read his message. I talked to one prostitute and she told me she's lucky that conversation with Polish men because others do not respect him. Oh, okay. No, his English, I think I understood you. I think I understood it, that he's saying that he was extra polite because she doesn't have this experience. Well, a lot of people have bad experience about a lot of things. Anecdotes. Yeah, I think it's natural. I have had the conversation on Reddit about being banned from pages that I was trying to talk about food or whatever, politics, and then was not posting videos or pictures or anything from my OnlyFans. And then the other people went to my page, found out I was kind of a promotional page, and went to the comments and mentioned that and got me banned. And when I comment back to the moderators, like, look, I was not advertising. I don't think it's fair that I got banned because someone else went to my page, figured that out, and just posted in the comments back to me. So it's like you could just clean the comments.
Cancel culture for you.
It's like, yeah, it's pretty cancel culture. And in the sense, and some people, or I'm going to just not try to post on pages that are so, that would ban me, even if my post is nothing related to that. I don't care. There are so many pages, whatever.
Exactly. You can't have nothing with them, though.
But the problem is like, really, you see that it's like, I understand, like I mentioned to you, I understand the maybe a prostitute or a even like just a sexy model don't want to expose her profession or her her real identity, let's say like that, and she choose to have two accounts. It's one thing that is, I'm going to defend to the end, is her right to do it, but I should have the right to stand with my own face and be proud of being a sexy model and not be forced to have two accounts to enter the other conversations, you know, because
Exactly, that's just a dick move.
how far the sexual pendulum of like wokeness goes is like, oh no, someone can come and force you to use a gender pronoun, whatever they want. But no, and we will say that you can choose your gender, you can do whatever you want, you can be whatever sexuality and personality you want. But oh my gosh, if you decide to be sexy online, that will definitely ban you forever from everything, and you're never gonna have a chance again in anything. Even if you try to go back to your career, you're done, something like that. That is what I actually receive a lot now, people actually claiming those things, so I don't believe. And if that is actually true, I'm there to confront that, because I think that is wrong. I'm there for standing for the sex workers. So, if that is the next step, like, let's do it. No problem.
They just mad that you're living your life, though.
No, I'm just like, always for freedom, and you're gonna do that. You're gonna like, no, we're gonna stand to the end for people's freedom. And if there is such a thing, instead of being ashamed and running away from and trying to hide, no, we're gonna have to stand out and fight for sex workers rights.
Exactly, like they can kiss my ass before I just sit down and be quiet.
Yeah, let's see, there was okay, he's trying to explain that he was not extra polite, it was just like that. We Polish people have a lot of respect for women. I guess a lot of other people, not just Polish. I love those stereotypes. Oh, the Canadians are so polite. Oh, the Polish are so polite. There are polite people everywhere, but I understand what you mean. There are places that woman is still not being treated the same. For example, what I mentioned, go check the video, Harry Sutton talking about how women, we know, for example, let's talk about the place where everybody knows women are not treated the same as men. Talk about the Atheist Republic, Middle East, for example. No, woman in Islam, woman in Islam is not even considered. Oh no, they are considered live beings. I don't know if they have got the category of human beings. I don't think they are considered human beings. I know they are not objects anymore. I think last year they stopped being objects. They have, kind of like step up on their status. But that is another conversation I want to have with Harry Sutton for him to update me on how Islam sees women right now, because he's always watching imams and watching people in the mosque, what they are talking about. And for example, just his last video was like how women don't have the right to ask for a divorce, in Islam, because in fact they are bought by their husbands. So they are just objects. They don't have rights. If the man decide to divorce the woman, is him giving away a property. So it's like so yeah, let's talk about places that don't treat women properly. There's a lot of those places that a lot of feminists online could go burn some bras or some burqas or whatever.
But somehow the guy can have like 3 to 4 women, but let a woman get one more than one man.
No, she doesn't even have the right to divorce, because if it was like, oh no, the guys can have 3, 4, 10 women, but if any of these women are unhappy, if it was consensual, I'm just fine with that. It's like, no, everybody's happy. Here there are 11 girls, one guy, he provides them with everything they need, and they're all happy and consensually. And I would be like, perfect. I'm fine with that. No problem. But they don't have that. It's like the guy collects woman because that one is not working properly. And I don't want to get rid of my property. So I'm going to just buy another one. It's like you filling up your closet of clothes that you don't wear anymore just because you don't want to get rid of them, or because you're like, I paid too much for them. Better I keep it. Maybe I use it. Maybe some days, say not, something like that. That's how they see women. And the women don't have the right to say, hey, I'm not happy here. Can I get out of the team? Because if they could, and it was like, no, look, one was unhappy and she just quit. I would be like, oh, okay, just fine. The other 9, other 10 are happy here. And it's like, okay, let's keep going. As soon as everybody's happy and consensually, I would be fine. The problem is that it's not what's going on. The problem is like 2 guys commercializing a woman, and and everything. Kisses and hugs from Brazil. Thank you. Valeu. Beijos e abraços pro Brasil também. But that is one of the things we probably would talk in the conversation. But look, people love to say like, oh, we can't just talk about Middle East and Islam, but Christianity is amazing. We Western society treat women perfectly. It's like we treat because we reformed and we came out of the old Bible. We don't use this. In fact, nobody that says they take their morals from the Bible, in fact, fucking read the Bible. Because if they read, they would see that from the beginning, God says woman is bad, and that's why I'm gonna punish them. Having pain, giving birth, and they are gonna suffer, and they are gonna do. This is all written in the Bible. God, this Bible from the Judeo-Christian Bible doesn't like women the same way. The only difference is that Christians don't read the Bible. They just pick and choose the nice passages. That's the truth. Because if they read, they're going to see that the Bible says, oh, if the woman is raped, it's her fault. It's the evil in her that attempted the guy. So the guy decides her destiny. The guy rapes the lady, and then he can choose if he's going to marry her, save her from death, or if he's gonna just like, oh no, yeah, she's evil, she tempted me, just kill her. And he can choose her destiny is you after, so but God is all loving, I cannot even believe but if there are feminists that defend burqa, why would not have feminists that actually talk about it? But I don't have anymore because I lost, but I used to put little stickers here, and it was full of stickers because I had a plan of make like the passage. So the pink ones were feminist passage. So if you go here, it might have something very nice for feminists that like following the Bible. Let's see here. Oh, it was just what I was talking about. If a man happens to meet a virgin who is not pledged to be married and rapes her, and they are discovered, he shall pay the girl's fathers 50 shekels of silver. He must marry the girl for he has violated her. He can never divorce her as long as he lives. A man is not to marry his father's wife. He must not dishonor his father's bed. And here, if whoever he charged is true, and no proof of girl's virginity can be found, he shall be brought to the door of her father's house, and there the man in her town shall stone her to death. Oh, but he's all loving. Amazing. I said, and it's Deuteronomy 22, 28, 29. Deuteronomy. Amazing. Beautiful.
Plus, God proves a genocide.
So it's like, what is this? So there are a lot of little things. There are the homophobic passage. Which one is this?
Mom, I remember like some BS stories where it was like God destroyed a whole city for being gay.
Oh yes, of course. All
And
the
on top
time.
of that, like
No,
Lot's once and his daughters will get raped by some dudes. Yeah, like, you
yes,
can have them, just don't be gay, basically.
definitely. Do you know? I have interviewed Mr. Dady. Check out his YouTube channel. It's very good. Talks about some passages. Uh, there's so many good. Dark Matter 2525.
Oh, I love that series. Love that. I love
Did
this
you see
channel.
the interview with him? I interviewed the guy from Dark Matter, John.
Oh yeah, I've seen your interview with him.
Yeah,
that was legendary to me.
It's really good. Yeah. And I think he also has a Twitch. He plays, yeah. He plays on Twitch as God. He got someone that made him an app that coordinates the mouth of God and the movements as he speaks, so he can play as God. So he puts on Twitch on the little screen broadcasting his gameplay. He does it with God's face, and it's pretty funny because he does enter the character. You know.
He was playing Dark Souls, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, and he gets super mad as well. We always make so many funny jokes about it. Hey, Damien, how are you doing? Damien's a friend on Reddit, and we play Apex together, Apex Legends.
Oh, that's a good game.
Oh, yesterday was really good. My Twitch yesterday, unable, I was dark in the room. Everybody was trying to sleep, and I was yelling, and they were mad at me at some point. But what I had a few good games because I kind of got rusty. I did not play for the entire season 6, and now I'm back season 7. It's like, well, not easy to get back, the hand back. So Winter Express back for Christmas, and oh my gosh, that game is so good because it really drops you every time in hotspot. Like there's no way to like loot. You don't need to loot. You just need to fight. So it's good. It's not a looting time running on the map. Like I'm actually spending much more time playing Winter Express, and then that gets you to get better hand playing more. Hello, people. So yeah, that's all. Andrew, I just really enjoyed it. We should do this more often. Let's try to collect. Let's try to do, instead of doing it live, let's try to do a recording one. Let's try to do a Zoom meeting, and you bring the memes, and we share screen, and then we talk about them, and we share those videos on the channel. It could be, on not necessarily like on this channel here, but could be on Dr. Aula Gaming Experience that display other stuff too. Yeah, I really enjoyed. Thank you very much for coming. And should you finish this? I'm kind of finishing, but it's just because I'm already an hour on my YouTube channel.
Let me guess, you got some shit to do, Mom?
Andrew is my adopted child. And he is very much someone that made me think a lot about making a video, or not a video, to write down more about motivational, or like book more to help. Because after you told me that not only you used the things I told you to yourself and made you feel better and helped you to improve your life, but to apply that to other people when you saw the need, it really made me really happy. And I really like helping people. I think that is something that's very natural. The idea of like, oh, we need to be taught to help people is like, no, that is very natural. When you help people, you feel good. It's like that social endorphin. And I think everybody can get that feeling by themselves naturally, even without being taught. So I don't think what I'm feeling is something like, oh, because you're a doctor. Some people say that. It's like, no, I think we all are able to do that. And it's very good. And when we get old, as we get old, we feel like we're fading away. We're going to leave at any point. We don't think that, because that is a permanent status. As soon as you're born, you can die anytime. Accidents or whatever can happen. We just don't think of this so much when we're young. And as we get older, we feel like we're fading away and that we need to leave something behind. Not only seeds, plant seeds and leave trees, but have kids and maybe write a book or record something so people can see us or have something out of us or in something good. And I believe people want to be not just relevant, but people want to produce something good. You don't want to be infamous. I saw Scott Adams, that one of the books we were suggesting here. Loser
I
Think
think now your YouTube live.
Wayne Bigley.
And that one too.
Yeah, he was talking about how people were accusing him of trying to be relevant. And it's like, of course, I think that is the human behavior. That is totally natural. We like to be liked. We like to be appreciated. It's good. That is the natural thing. It's natural. We are vain beings because we are alive. That is being alive. We are moved by emotions. A big part of our experience is emotion. And of course, we like the likes. We like to produce positive things to other people, and fading as writing or producing content is always with the intention to bring value to people's lives, for sure. So that's what we do here.
I mean, you brought value into my life at least.
No, I think we can. Look, we need to recognize that even the ideas that we might disagree, or the things that even infuriate you at some point, will trigger you to think, and that is something good. When we think like we should delete and erase history of the bad examples, that is not how actually reality and our interactions actually work. We do learn from bad experience, or else we would never have stopped enslaving people and being, and doing a bunch of bad things we used to do in the past. What we changed from books that tell us that those things are okay, from not even reading those books anymore and being good without having to be told so. But we do believe that it's like, oh, there is a common sense. Yes, the common sense is to be alive, because by experience, you feel that it is better to be better. It is better to be good. Nature. And that's a lot, so. And I actually want to finish with something. It's more of some type of accusation that some people say sometimes. I received this just the beginning of the week, saying, "Oh, you want to change people's mind?" And it's like, that's definitely not true. We are doing here is talking, exercising our own ideas, philosophizing. Like I said, is something really good. And I hope, when we share, we hope that other people that are curious about the same subjects will encounter this and find some value, and understand that if they change their minds, it's not we change their minds. It's because they wanted to. Is that they wanted to change it. They did that change, not us. We are just looking for food, food for thoughts. That's what you're looking for.
Exactly, it's by our choices.
It's like, oh, if I keep thinking one thing and I go to a group that thinks the same thing, I'm not diversifying. I'm not eating something different. I'm not experiencing everything. Or how can I choose one side of the coin when I only know one side? If I tell you, like, you want the, you let's say that's not a normal coin, but I tell you, like, look, I have a square on one side, and you don't know what is in the other side. Do you want this square, or you want this? It could be a star. It could be a circle. And you don't know the value of them. You would want to know better. And it's like, wait a minute. Which one is the other side?
Facts.
So you never want to make choices when you only know half of the thing. You don't want to buy the whole thing or pick one of the sides when you don't know the whole thing. And I think that is a little bit of epistemology and picking on the other side and have a conversation with people that sometimes you disagree. And that is unhappily the tendency nowadays. What is trending today is to just close the door, to people that have different thoughts than yours, when you should be like, no, I'm not, maybe I'm not to be convinced by you just saying you believe it, but bring me some arguments, bring me some evidence, and maybe I will. You know, we're still waiting for the evidence on the case of the religious, because there are so many people and so many thousands of gods being claimed right now, and not many good evidence for any of them, or like no evidence for that. What we have is like people saying, I have a personal experience and I have a holy book. And everybody's with the same thing. So I choose to like, wait a minute, I'm not going to pick and choose between any of these experiences or these people or these books, because there are too many, you know. So those are not even, and yeah, and then we can talk about how these are also not evidence, how personal experience or a holy book are not evidence.
Plus, it's made by guys who just want money, power hungry.
There is a lot of this. Look, I think that is important to say, is that we know that not all or people just seeking for money and power, okay? But because I really think, and I hope so, I hope there are a lot of people that are really convinced of that, and that's why they are teaching other people. So, you know, uh, uh, they are so strong in their beliefs, because they really believe that, and they really trying to do good and do well.
Like my mom, for example.
You know, is messaging. That's why I was like, 9% of people do not understand truly history of the world. Yeah, I don't know if that is that high. 90% is a really high number. But yeah. But when you say truly, there are so much little things on your writing. You miss that? Sure. Sure. No, it's just Marcin sometimes writes a bunch of things that are just statements. Interesting. So yeah, let's do this. And I'm gonna go because I have a bunch of other things to read and do. Thank you very much for coming, Andrew. Thank you very much for you guys to show up. And I hope you guys can have other conversations. We can have other conversations, and you guys send me subjects, and we can try to do this other times.
All right.
I'm trying to get a schedule more consistent, but we're gonna do that soon. See you. Thank you for coming. See you. Bye.
Thank you, Mom. Love you.
See you. Bye, guys. I don't know how to finish this.